Hi everybody, my name is Mtwana. We have a question right here which comes from the Olympiad, and somebody told me, hey Mtwana, could you please solve that question? This is what I'm here for. See, so the question says x power 4. So before we start this question, I want to show you techniques or tricks that you can use, okay, to solve this type of question. Either can be this or can be another one, okay? So first and foremost, you need to know the law of exponents. For example, if somebody give you, let's say, x power p, and then you have another power, let's say k here, or anything. So you remember you can replace this power, the position, because there's a multiplication here. So I could have said this could be x, and then I could have take k in, and then this p could be outside. Either way is very acceptable, okay? And another tricks, right, with this question, you want to make sure that whatever you have here, you're going to introduce something, okay? What is the something you're going to introduce? Look, before we go and introduce the tricks, look, if somebody give, let's say, 2 power y, if I'm going to multiply here by, let's say, 3, you see you multiply here by times by 3, then what you're going to obtain is 3 bracket 2 power y. Means this number, it might go before the number. So now what I have here on the left hand side of equal sign, I'm going to say take everything right here. This is our power. Let me use another color quick, okay, so you can clearly understand. See, this is our power. Multiply that power by the same number which is given here. If this number is 7, and then you multiply by 7. If this number is 8, you multiply here by 8. But for now, we are given 4. So I'm going to multiply by 4. But whatever I multiply on the left-hand side, I should do the same thing on the right-hand side. So just like how I say here on this concept, then what's going to follow is we're going to obtain x. This 4 is going to come behind this power. So it's going to be 4. And then we have our x power 4. And on the right hand side, I have 64. So what is the intention of me doing that? I will show you now my intention. My intention to produce, okay, the group of variable which is gonna look alike. So what is the group of a variable which is which are the same? X power 4, and this is x power 4. So I'm going to go to the right hand side of equal sign and produce a group of number which has to be they have to look alike. So 64, what is 64? I'm going to have to break this number in a way I'm going to have a two group of terms which must be the same. For example, let me just make mistaking intentional so you can see when it does work or how a lot of people make mistake and how you're supposed to do it in the right way. We know 64 can be broken in many power. 64 could be 4 power 3. 64 could be 8 power square. So now I'm thinking, if I take 4 power 3, mean this is going to be, for example, I'm just saying, it's going to be 4, and then it's going to be power 3, but power 3 multiplied by 4. So it's going to be 4 power 12, which they don't look alike, because you want to produce a group of terms which must look alike. But at 4 and 12, they're not going to look alike. Now, what if I'm going to take 8 squared? So 8 squared means inside of 64 is going to be 8 squared, but these 2 times 4, because we replace everything here, means it's 8 squared. So multiply by 4 means it's going to be 8, and 2 times 4 equal to 8. And this group of terms, they're exactly the same, 8 and 8, which that's what I need. If you can look very, very careful on the left-hand side, you have a group of 2 terms, 2 groups which look exactly the same. So for that being said, I'm going to take 8 squared. So I'm going to say instead of 64, I'm going to write 8 squared. So I'm going to replace 64 with 8 squared. So this is going to be 8 squared. But 2 times 8 2 times 4, it gives us 8. So this is going to be 8. So it's 8 power 8. So this is where I want it to be. Okay? So in this position here, you have x power 4, x power 4. You have 8 and 8. So that means x power 4 equal to 8 and x power 4 equal to 8. You can equate, it's very, very acceptable. Okay? So then I want to say x power 4. So let's just erase here. So I'm going to say x power 4 equal to 8. Or same thing, x power 4 equal to 8. So I don't have to take them both because each one of its own is going to give us the same answers. So then we're going to say 4th root because you want to get rid of this root. Since it's this 4, we must say 4th root. And here must 4th root. This and this cancel. So we have an x on the left hand side equal. But remember this is power 4th. So it must be plus or minus. And then we're going to say 4th root of 8. But even this is going to give us the same value. That's why I did not bother with that. Okay? So this one here is going to be a final answer. However, if you want to plug that in decimal, in a calculator, of course, yes, why not? You can plug in a calculator, but I don't have a calculator with me. So my final answer for this case is x plus or minus 4th root of 8. But unfortunately, we don't have a 4th root of 8. But if it was 16, then we know 16, 4th root of 16 is 2. But for 8, we don't have it. We can have, if you want to get your answer decimal, okay? But if you have to leave in a set form, then this is going to be my final answer, okay? So for that being said, that's how you solve this question, okay? But now let me show you the easy and a faster way how you can solve this question. Or if you want to do it in a fast pace, because the fast way that I've just done now is for the slow pacers or students who learn in a slow pace. Now, let's say you're in a test now, you want to do it in a fast pace. You're not going to have a time to just crawling very slow. So this is how I was going to do. So I already know the tricks. I just want to make it the same. So this is x, and then have an x power 4, and then 16. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I just say this is 4, and then you multiply by 4, and then you multiply by 4, and this is going to be, okay, well, this 4 is going to go behind, so it's going to be 4, and then x power 4, and this is going to be 16, 60, oh, 64, my apologies, this was 64. And I really apologize. I totally apologize. So 64 is 8, square times 4 equal to 8, because 2 times 4 equal to 8, and then I know, well, this and that. X power 4 equal to 8, x power 4 equal to 8. So x power 4 equal to 8, and then 4th root, and then 4th root, this and this cancel. So x equal to plus or minus, and this is going to be 8, and that's going to be final answer. So if you want to do it in a fast pace, the trick is make sure whichever number is there, multiply on the both sides, left hand side and the right hand side. Look, some of you might be very new here in this platform. Do please subscribe to this video, share this video to your friends, to students who do Olympiad, and anybody have a question, do feel free to reach me, and I'll be more than glad to help you whenever I have a time. Leave a comment. If you had to give advice to to grade 11 student, 10 or junior high school student, as far as how to study physics or how to perform better, is condensed, is possible, is condensed that you could advise to them, how would you tell them?
So physics is all about your formulas and obviously getting it right, because sometimes questions can have a lot of detail inside of them. So you have to make sure that you plug in the right values at the right places.
Thank you for giving us clothes. Thank you for looking after us. We appreciate your clothes and your shoes you're giving for us. See that he give us clothes. We don't have clothes, but he's giving us something. He's looking after us.
Okay, Shamil, tell them, when did you last go to school?
I was going last year. Last time I was going to school.
Which grade was that?
I was grade 9.
That was grade 9. That's the last time you went to school. So you can become engineer you can become scientist, right?
Yeah.
I was also on the street. I think I tell you every time, right?
3 years you said.
3 years I was down the streets, okay? So I was just like you, okay? I was also on the street for 3 years. But I came out of the street and that changed my life, okay? So, yo, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? Yo, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? Okay, cool. You see, I was also on the street for 3 years, okay? Say hello to the brother, man. This is my brother, man. How you doing, man? Cool. So I got a lot of clothes for you, okay? You remember I told you I was gonna go and get clothes, shoes. I got some food. I'm gonna buy you some food, okay? Huh? No problem, man. Come on, man. You know brother got your back. What did I tell you last time?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Shamil, he said he stopped last year, right? Because
If y'all want to reach out, how do we pronounce your name? Let me try. Wait, let me try. Okay. Mtwana Wabantu. Okay.
yes, watching here, they can learn from me that relationship is very, very important. And sometimes don't look about today. You might scam somebody maybe $1, but you don't know who that person is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing too, that for many a years I've always been that person to try to link, hook up, pass on, or help people, because I used to know a lot of people, right?
Everyone, my name is Tiko. The reason why I'm doing this video is because of Umntwana Wabantu. It's because of the help of Umntwana Wabantu. Umntwana Wabantu is a nice guy who helps people like me who don't afford torture.
And that's exactly what you're saying, is that, these people who are scammers and try to get over on people, and all they're doing is living from day.
Is that Mike? Is that, hold on, it look like some, what's your name, bro, at the bottom right? Mtwana. Right? Mtwana.
I don't know how to say it.
I apologize. My mic was muted. I apologize. I'm sorry.
It's okay. What's up, y'all?
Not much cool. Hey man, I watch you all the time. I just want to give my thanks to you, man. Cause me and my lady.
You seem kind of ghetto when you hear that.
And I'm going to be working out the net electric field strength on point A, basically.
Thank you. Can you really do those questions?
Yeah, can do.
Okay, let's see. Thanks. So, how did you know all this stuff?
Mr. Hamish taught me all the steps. It was a bit hard first time, but when you get used to it, it becomes very easy.
If you had to give advice, which advice would you give to the people or to the students?
Trust Hamish.
Why would they trust me?
No, because it's really good. It actually has helped a lot. I redid first year for maths. It was my own fault, but also I didn't know a lot of the work. And Hamish said lots of hard questions, and it's demotivating sometimes to look through the harder stuff. You just want to get done, but it's the hard stuff that makes you realize the easy stuff is easy.
How many days have you involved in this program of coding?
Of coding? Well,
yes.
For 2 days.
For 2 days. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's get into it. So which computer language is this?
Well, this.
So I started coding last year, and the beginning it was very hard. So
This way.
So I practiced a little, and then I was like easier, but it's still tough, but it's still getting there.
And then obviously one question could lead to another question being asked. So you have to take into consideration that you get your first question right before you do the second one, because if you do the first question right, then you have obviously a correct answer. But if you do it incorrectly, your next question that you do could obviously have an impact on the answer that you got in the previous question. So obviously getting the stuff right at at the first attempt, and obviously plugging in your values correctly.
Okay.